Where did your ancestors come from? England, Germany, Mexico, maybe in the Philippines? The fact that most of our ancestors immigrated into the country, but why? Were they simply looking for a better life, or did they want a piece of the new land? In my ancestors' case, it was because their lives were in danger. My goal today is to inform you a little bit about the Hungarian Revolution of 1956. So, before the revolution, our revolution, there was the Cold War, and that's when Russia was controlling Hungary, and they took control of Hungary in 1945. And so Hungary was under the control of Russia. They had censorship. They had no free speech. They weren't allowed to have the Catholic Church. And so the Hungarians got really tired of this, and when Stalin died in 1953, they kind of hoped that Russia would loosen their reins on Hungary, but they didn't. So the Hungarians got really angry at this and decided that they were going to stand up for their country and they were going to take it back from Russia. So on October 23rd, the Hungarians took to the street and created riots, demanding their rights back, and really just standing up for their rights. And then Russia heard of this, and they sent their troops in there and their tanks and everything. And on November 4th, that's when everything started. They killed over 30,000 Hungarians, and in this little war of just trying to overcome the Russian government, there's even kids with machine guns, and it was a bloodbath. It was terrible. They personally executed over 1,000 people. So the Hungarian people were afraid, and so they fled. In my family's case, they actually had to. It was my grandfather and his sisters and brothers. They fled in the middle of the night when they were children, and they had to be super quiet not to get shot by the Russians until they made it to the border of Austria. And then from Austria, they came over through California. I actually have a newspaper article where he is right here. This is him when he came over. This is from the Oakland Tribune, December 11th, 1956. And they had control until about 1990, when the Russians finally pulled out of Hungary and they were able to regain their government. So I told you a little bit about the revolution. So it was a very significant event in the lives of many Hungarians. And instead of continuing to let Russia rule them, they stood together and they